Chapter 86, Murray.
Jeanette is out and I'm bringing her to Ethan's, says Penelope through our communication system. What's the status of the safe? There's nothing in it, says Sly, confused. Huh? How can that be? The tracker had it for California. Was it supposed to be somewhere else? But why else would a safe specifically big enough to store the khamium be sent here, says Thornell. And why else would Silvio be here, adds Branwell. Or be in the place where little Penelope's dad lives, weapons dealer of the big bad order who took shop in Haiti of all things, adds Dimitri. I lately smell the air. It smells like fresh steel, like a new car without the fabric. I saw this big dome when I was keeping the dreams in control. It's definitely the same new safe. Then we hear more sirens on the way. I think we're out of time, I say. Yeah, says Sly sadly. Come on, let's make haste. We're all in the van together now. Carmelita and Penelope are individually picked up. Carmelita at a bus stop and Penelope at her sister's fiance's bulk store. I put her GPS in for a restaurant and pick one at random, but I have a strange feeling in my gut. That's making me not that hungry. A few minutes ago, this felt like mission accomplished, and Bentley lays it out perfectly. Roger Silvio and Penelope's dad are both now in custody, as is Miss Ruby. Raleigh is dead, and the Shadow Order's operation has been stopped. But has it really stopped? If the khamium potions are not there, says Thornell, then where the heck are they? Maybe they didn't get to unloading them from the plane, asks Miss Sweeney. Or maybe they decided last minute to hide them somewhere different. Could be, says Penelope, but she doesn't sound so sure. That safe was pretty conspicuous. It would be easy for anyone to ask questions and raise suspicion, but I was a part of the production of the potion. We made way too much for them to fit it all into any secret passages or anything. It would have had to be either in that safe, or hidden deep underground in a very big hole. There's no place you could hide all that khamium without it being a big wide space, not to mention its dusty and powerfully blood-like aroma. I had a talk with the police chief, says Carmelita. He said they'll interrogate Tongia and Roger and anyone they can and figure it out. But in the meantime, says Bentley, a boatload of the potions are still out there, and they could now be anywhere and used for anything. He looks down at his wheelchair seat. The Shadow Order is very big in the underground, and this operation is very organized. Feels like we lost. No one says anything. Wait! Penelope stops. Bentley, give me your laptop again. He does so. He watches her type something in, and his eyebrows shoot up. Of course, he says. The tracker! It only takes me a second to get on the same page as them. I almost forgot. Actually, I did forget, as did all of us. If they didn't realize, the tracking device should still be on that plane. If everyone thinks we got to them because we intercepted their operation in the dream state, they'd have no reason to check to see if there's any other way we may have found out. There's a signal, says Bentley. Where is it? I ask. Right now, it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Is it stationed or on the move? Asks Dimitri. If stationed, it would be on a boat like my cruise ship, or sunken. I can't tell right now, says Penelope. It needs a little bit to completely warm up. A GPS tracker, completely exempt from spying softwares, takes... Oh! What? Asks Sly. I just got an anonymous message on Bentley's ThiefNet account. Really, says Bentley. It's been a long time since I had one of those. He casually opens it. It's a video, no subject or anything. He presses the button, and everyone makes some space to see what it is, except me because I'm still driving. Everyone looks horrified, and hears something like a violent whack and miserable moaning. I find the nearest turnoff and fling the wheel to the right. I've parked, and can now see what has gotten everyone so shook up. And now I can't blame them. On the video is Slyton Common, and he looks in bad shape. The video is not played back for me to find out what whacked him, but I don't need to be wondering anyway because he's whacked in the face again with a golf club. The camera then goes to two female raccoons in the background, on the floor in agony. A crying baby is also held down. I see someone with a Shadow Order symbol on their jacket look down at the three in disgust. The place they're in looks like a room with little lighting and a hard floor of concrete. The camera then returns to Slyton Common. He coughs, catches his breath, groans, then looks at the camera. Sly, I'm being forced to tell you this, but I have to say it, or else my family is dead. Go home and forget this ever happened. Please do this so we can live. He then sheds a tear, and the video cuts off. All we can mutter are words such as how, what, when. This is bad, so very, very bad. Slighton Common and his family, murmurs Sly. They're all at the hands of the Shadow Order. What are we gonna do now? Asked Dimitri. He looks so worried, his fancy talk is now out the window. If we do anything, who's to say we won't be watched? Adds Penelope with a real hint of defeat. We can't let Slighton Common die, says Sly. And it's not just to preserve my legacy. They have his wife, his partner in crime, and his baby. I would never forgive myself if they got hurt. So what do we do now? Says McSweeney. If we go home and try to forget this ever happened, how do we know your ancestor and his family will be okay if they won't just be tortured and killed anyway? I don't know. Well, maybe let's look at hints, says Dimitri. They're in somewhere dark and colorless, white bricks. That could be anywhere, says Bentley. Okay, and we saw it was the Order. Inspector Fox, maybe you could make some calls and force an interrogation on Silvio and Tongia. It sounds kind of risky to do that, though, she replies. I don't know how high up they are. If they heard we told someone about this video, that could be the end. A ding happens on Bentley's computer. Oh boy. Is it another video? Moans Thornell. Bentley reluctantly looks at the message and stares at it. Yes, actually it is, but it... What is it, Bentley? Asks Sly weakly. Back in the comms room, there was some kind of encrypted video that got recently put in the trash. It had a lot of instructions about its deletion, like afterwards there would still be complicated but possible ways around the world to get it again. There was a lot of code. Formula for a video you want to get but don't want anyone else to see. So I started running my decryption algorithm. But then the police were showing up and I kind of forgot I was still logged on. And that was still running. Are you going to open it, I ask? It's now finished, so I can, but I'll go offline to do it. That way we won't be tracked. Bentley does what he needs to do, and then the video plays. And I can tell we're all praying it will be useful. It must. It has to be a very important video. We open the file up to a black and white video of someone both blurred and in complete black. There's a faint hint of some framed pictures behind them, but I can barely tell the hints of what they could be. If you're watching this, says whoever it is, whose voice is reconfigured to sound like a low robot, you are in a high part of Operation Avalanche. The figure is moving, but it has its hands down so we can't see its arms. All the stops have really been planned out. The anonymity is to avoid outside interference. With the development of our potion, we will be able to hypnotize the biggest high-ups in the world to cater to our needs. You are going to feel incredibly lucky in just a little while from the day you are watching this, because you are about to conquer the world. The video cuts off. We can't tell a body shape or accent. We can't even tell if the figure is male or female. The robotic tone suggests male, but even I know a concealing voice system conceals a voice. Any hints? Asks Branwell lightly. Nada, says Carmelita. There's nothing in there that can be identifiable. All we know is this person is with the Shadow Order, says Bentley. Heck, for all we know, he or she is the leader and the one who orchestrated all of this. It could even be Sylvia or Tongia. This video has an unidentifiable date of production. I find it kinda hard to believe it's either of them, says McSweeney. Someone now has Sly's ancestor captive. Someone had to film it. Someone had to send it to us just now. Penelope, did that room look like anywhere back at your old home? No, I don't recognize it at all, she groans. What I can't understand is how Slighton Common got here, says Bentley. No one asks what he means. He ends up saying what we just now realized we were all thinking. I mean, the only way he'd be put in a video sent to us is if he was in this present time. There was a golf club and everything. I even noticed on the actual iron it had a year underneath its name brand. For him to be here in our time, the Shadow Order leader would need a time machine. But my time machine plans are one of a kind. It was why Le Paradox needed Penelope to steal them for him. Our time machine's here in the van, and still isn't working for that matter. Le Paradox's time machine is also in pieces lost in the Egyptian desert somewhere, says Sly. And even I wouldn't be able to find it. It's probably dust by now. The only other one is... The air in the room leaves.